Alpine have made a drastic change in its leadership in the midst of the 2023 season, parting ways with team principal Otmar Szafnauer and sporting director Permane. The decision has sparked a lot of debate and speculation in the paddock, with some critics saying that they have made a huge mistake. Welcome back to Formula One Rush. In this video, we delve into the details and answer all the questions on Alpine's recent decision. Why has Alpine done this? Who are the replacements? Let's find out. The team announced on the Friday of the Belgian Grand Prix that team principal Otmar Szafnauer and sporting director Permane would leave their roles after the Grand Prix on Sunday. Szafnauer had joined the team in 2022 after leaving Racing Point, now Aston Martin, while Permane had been with the team since 1989, when it was still Benetton. According to Alpine, the decision to part ways with Szafnauer and Permane was mutual and based on different views on the timeline and strategy for the team's future. The team said that it wanted to focus on the 2024 season when new regulations will come into effect, and that it needed a new structure and leadership to achieve its ambitions. The team appointed Bruno Famin as the interim team principal, replacing Szafnauer. Famin had joined Alpine in January 2021 as the director of operations and engineering and now steps up to interim team principal. Famin said that he was not sure if he would stay in the role permanently or not, and that he would assess the situation with his direct reports. He also said that he was not sure if they needed a new structure or not, and that he would evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the current one. Famin also denied that Szafnauer and Permane were sacked and said that they had a good relationship with the team. He said that they were not on the same line on the timeline for the team's development and that they had a different view of how to do it. He said that they agreed to split amicably and wished them all the best for the future. Speaking to the media, Famin spoke on the exit of Otmar. "We decided together with Alan and Otmar to split our ways. It's a mutual agreement first. We've been discussing for a while what we needed to do for the timeline, for the evolution we required in our F1 team. At one stage, you realise that we are not on the same paths on this, then we decide to split ways." Bruno Famin may be a new name for a portion of F1 fans, so who exactly is Bruno Famin? Does he bring value to Alpine as a team principal? Bruno Famin, the new team principal and the vice president of Alpine Motorsport, is a French automotive engineer who directed Peugeot Sport, the FIA, and Alpine. He has been involved in many successful and iconic projects in motorsport, such as the 908 HDI FAP, the 208 T16 Pikes Peak, and the Dakar Rally. He joined Alpine in February 2022 in charge of engine development, and now takes over as the interim team principal after Otmar Szafnauer and Permane left their roles. He now leads Alpine through a challenging and exciting period as they aim to achieve their ambitions in Formula One. Szafnauer spoke to the media at the Belgian GP after his final race as Alpine's team boss. He denied a claim that he had left the Spa-Francorchamps circuit before the race, which was based on a video that circulated on Twitter. He said that it was fake news and that he was still at the track until late in the evening. That's the beauty of Formula One. People invent things and there is fake news everywhere. "I didn't leave the track. I was here the whole time. I was at the command post helping with strategy decisions and making sure we got some good points." Szafnauer also expressed his disappointment at being let go by Alpine and said that he felt he had done a good job in improving the team's performance and culture and feels he was not given enough time. "The reality is that change takes time. I signed some good people from other teams, but they are still stuck in their contracts and won't come until 2024 or 2025. You can't really push development if people aren't there. It takes time for people to come and it takes time for people to work together correctly. I always say this, you can't get 9 women pregnant and hope you have a baby in a month." Permane's last race with Alpine had also come on the Sunday. Alpine's sporting director said goodbye to the team after 34 years of service, during which he had worked with some of the greatest drivers and engineers in F1 history since 1989, back in the Benetton days. Another key figure who left Alpine recently was Chief Technical Officer Pat Fry, who joins Williams as their new technical director. Fry had joined Alpine in February 2020 after working for McLaren, Ferrari and Manor. He was responsible for overseeing the design and development of Alpine's cars. Fry says that he is thrilled to be joining Williams, which has been taken over by Doralton Capital in August 2020. He said that he was impressed by their vision and ambitions for the future, and that he looked forward to working with their talented team. He said that he hoped to help them return to the front of the grid. Not everyone was impressed by Alpine's management shakeup. Former F1 team boss Paul Stoddart, who ran Minardi from 2001 to 2005, criticised Alpine's decision and warned of the potential consequences. He said that Alpine had made a big mistake and that Famin would be like a lamb to the slaughter in his new role. Stoddart said that he did not see any sense or thought process behind Alpine's move and that he doubted that they had a clear plan for the future. He said that Szafnauer and Permane were experienced and respected figures in F1 and that they had done a great job in turning around the team's fortunes. He stated that Alpine had lost 2 valuable assets and that they would regret it, claiming Famin is a lamb to the slaughter. I've known Otmar Szafnauer for 20 years and know what it is like to be a team principal and the pressures you are under and the things you do the people don't even see you do. Alpine has made a big mistake to effectively get rid of the top management. I can't see the sense in that, and also don't know who they have recruited to take over. By all accounts, the new interim team principal Bruno Famin has no experience. When he walks into his first meeting of the Permane club, it'll be like a lamb to the slaughter. I just don't get it. Otmar is a sharp operator with decades of experience. To do it the way they did in the middle of a race weekend, from a PR point of view, I couldn't think of anything worse. I was really disappointed to see that and thought Alpine would have made more sense. Maybe they have their reasons, and maybe further down the road, something will become clearer, but I certainly don't see it at the moment. Another person who questioned Alpine's decision was Sky F1 pit lane reporter Ted Kravitz, who wondered why Alpine chose to announce the exits of Szafnauer and Permane during the Belgian GP weekend instead of before or after it. He said that it was a baffling and disrespectful move and that it showed a lack of appreciation for their contributions. Kravitz suggested that the only reason he could think of was that Alpine wanted to make a big splash and show that they were taking decisive action to improve their performance and reach their goals. He said that it was risky and unnecessary move, even labeling it as a team crisis, and that it could backfire on them if they did not have a better alternative in mind. Kravitz on his Ted's Notebook program fired the shots. This is a team in crisis, so Bruno Famin was appointed above Otmar Szafnauer a few weeks ago. Now, when that happened, we all knew something was up. So given that there have been rumours that Otmar Szafnauer's time as team principal at Alpine was not going to be particularly long, why did they wait until the middle of a Grand Prix weekend to announce it? They obviously parted ways. They did a deal where I assume, and we haven't had this confirmed, that there was a financial settlement which allowed them to say that it was by mutual agreement that their contracts were terminated with Otmar and Alain Permane. So with all that in place, why not announce it on a Wednesday before we got here? So that it would have been the story on Thursday, and then by today, Friday, it would have been all forgotten. And then why, or if you really want to bury bad news, why not wait until Monday, which is the beginning of the summer shutdown when everybody in Formula 1 is on their holidays? The media will report it, but they wouldn't be here to interview anyone and point cameras in Bruno Famin's face and Esteban Ocon. They're feeling uncomfortable by being so much in the spotlight. Why not do it on Monday? I don't get it. Ultimately, Alpine have undergone a major management shakeup in the middle of the 2023 season, which has raised many questions and doubts about their reasons and consequences. The team has parted ways with team principal Otmar Szafnauer, sporting director Alain Permane, and chief technical officer Pat Fry, and replaced them with interim team principal Bruno Famin and other staff. The team has said that it wanted to focus on the 2024 season, when new regulations will come into effect, and that it needed a new structure and leadership to achieve its ambitions. However, some critics have argued that the team has made a big mistake, and that it has lost some valuable assets and experience. The team will have to prove them wrong and show that they have a clear vision and a plan for the future. Do you think Alpine have made the right decision? Is Bruno Famin really a lamb to the slaughter? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the latest news and analysis within the world of Formula 1.